Well, hi, and welcome to this week's Video newsletter. It's Inside Voiceover, and I'm Susan Berkley. And before we get going, I want to thank you for showing up and participating in my Get the Gig teleseminar last week. We had an unprecedented response to that, and it was absolutely terrific to hear so many of you on that call. A lot of people got to read for me and audition for me, and it was really just really sweet. So I look forward to doing this again sometime soon. But before I get into the subject of today's video, I just want to give a shout out to those of you who are in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, the Beltway, because I'm coming down there this week. And if you haven't yet signed up for my How to Get Started in Voiceover event, I'm going to be actually in Gaithersburg. Please do so, because this is like a one-time only thing. I'm doing this by popular demand. People were saying to me, hit the road, Susan, come to us, and I'm doing it. So I just want to remind you, if you want to get in the car, come see me on Thursday night, this Thursday night, tomorrow. Please do so. All the information's right here on this page. The following week, I'm still on the road. Guess where I'm going to be? San Antonio, Texas, y'all. So if that's you and you are in the San Antonio area, or what the heck, you want to come on out and see me, go to that beautiful river walk, get that Texas thing going on. I'm going to be there the following week, and that information is on this page too. It is a one-time only thing. I am not always on the road rolling around, so you got to take advantage of that. So today, let's talk about talent, your talent. Because I know it's on a lot of people's mind. A lot of people think, okay, I want to get into voiceover now, and this is something I've wanted to do. It makes me happy to do. I've been thinking about doing. But then comes the doubt. How do I know that I'm not going to be wasting my time? How do I know if I have any talent? Well, I want to talk about this today. I want to share two big ideas about talent that come from my mentor, Dr. Kepi, down in Brazil, that just really rock my world. Because they're a little philosophical, but they're deep and they're really important. I think you're going to really get a lot out of his perspective on talent. So here we go. The first point is that talent is not something you have in potential. It is something that's developed in action. Think about this for a second. So a lot of people have the idea, they think, okay, Mike's got more talent than me, Darren's got more talent than, Fred, and Jill has more talent than me, so I'm just not even gonna try this voiceover thing because, everybody else has more talent than I do. Well, guess what? That's the old idea. I mean, like really old. That's an idea that came from Aristotle. Aristotle said we are potential becoming something. But Socrates, his mentor, and Dr. Kepi, my mentor, says, no, we are something. We're something beautiful. We're something incredible. But it is developed in action. There's that healthy part of ourselves that we develop in action. So you can be you can maybe have the seeds of a talent for guitar. Maybe you really, really always were attracted to it. You love, the guitar gods and you want to be it yourself. But until you pick up the guitar and you start practicing daily, hours a day, you will not have any talent. So talent isn't potential. It is something developed in action. We just came from the Olympics, right? And we saw some incredibly talented athletes. Well, scratch the surface of any of those people. I mean, they are working hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, a lifetime of hours to get the skills that you saw in action in the Olympics. I know you watched it. What was your favorite? I love the Olympics, and the what they call it, the acrobatics, and also the swimming was pretty awesome. And so it's like, and they're getting better and better with the video representation of the Olympics, so we're seeing it, more beautifully than ever before. So all that talent that you see for sports, for music, or for voiceover is developed in action. So I didn't wake up being the professional voiceover artist that I am today. I mean, to put it, no, I'm not going to say, I was bad when I started. I was going to use the S word, but it's a little crude. I'm not going to do that right now. I was really bad when I started. But I mean, I was not that bad, but my skills were not where they are today. Thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of hours later, putting my voiceover skills into practice. Now you can call me talented, right? And I'm going to call you talented when you come to my boot camp and you start the whole process, or you go to greatvoice.com and you invest in one of our many programs there, or you come to see me on Thursday night in Gaithersburg, Maryland, to my How to Get Started in Voiceover event, because we can talk very specifically about your voiceover career, and I can hear you read, and we can work together, and I can encourage you, and you're going to learn from me all the steps you need to take and the incredible opportunities in voiceover today. There are 14 niche markets. Can you believe it? It's not just about commercials anymore. I mean, with all the new media out there, just video games, just to take one of them, that is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. And that's just one of the 14 niches. I was just reading about this one particular video game. They hired 90 different voice talents. And the average video game has more spoken word in it than a feature film. That's a lot of reading. So anyway, some things for you to think about today. Your talent is not a potential, it's something developed in action. That means that we can take two people starting out at the same level, and the person that acts more on it, that develops their talent more, will actually be more successful and will be called more talented at the end. So that is, I love that idea. So something for you to think about today. I'll see you next week, and maybe Thursday night in Gaithersburg, Maryland, for How to Get Started in Voiceover. All the information is right here on the page.